My name's Dave Harris. I got my black belt from Brazilian top team in Long Beach under Marcelo Perdomo. I've had about 48 cage fights, 20 boxing matches, and hundreds of jiu-jitsu matches. One thing I like about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on top of other martial arts is that it's a lot easier on your body than a traditional striking thing. Jiu-Jitsu, you can wrestle hard every day and just get stronger from it. It doesn't break you down like a lot of the other striking ones. I think I think you have to learn to fight on the ground if you want to learn to defend yourself, because the adage that they say 90% of fights end up on the ground is true. It's like you always want to be sitting up and attacking here, because otherwise if I'm here, it's too easy for you to pin my legs down and go around me, right? Which is not what I want. So I always want to be up in here where I have the leverage. And so I'm always coming up in here trying to get leverage. But most fights really do end up on the ground, and if you don't know how to protect yourself on the ground, it's very likely you're going to get pinned down and beaten up pretty good. And some guys will come up here and then use this position to sit up and pull them back. You can do it with either leg. Another nice thing about jiu-jitsu as opposed to another type of more destructive art, I would say, is that if you happen to be in the situation where you're fighting a guy that you don't necessarily want to fight or hurt, jiu-jitsu does give you the opportunity to take the guy down, control him, and subdue him without causing him any physical injuries, without giving him a black eye or sending him to the hospital. You know, you can just put him to sleep, or you can simply just hold him there until he decides that, okay, yeah, I should probably calm down. One really nice thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is that the littler guy really can beat a bigger guy with what you know in BJJ, because it teaches you how to direct the opponent's energy and momentum in certain ways where you can get around him. So you're not having to go force on force with a guy who's much bigger and stronger than you. You can use technique to smooth your way around him and to get in a position where his strength does not give him as much of an advantage.
I'm too short, right? I don't have that kind of ability. I hit this position here, okay? Right to the shoulder, spin. Right? Isn't that tight? It's gonna get your hand that bar. They're both.
That's good. But I think like wrestling or boxing or something really physical like that is a perfect rite of passage, so to speak, for kids in America, because you know, we really don't have the okay, well, I have to go climb a big mountain and then get stung by a bunch of ants and go through this really painful rite of passage, which really psychologically I think is really good for a young man to go through. And I think, you know, I always like to consider the whoopings I took in training my rite of passage. You know,